Hello there, this is Teacher Wayne and I'm continuing my zombie series. I started it some time ago in September now, and I've progressed way beyond what I consider to be a mini-series. In this one we're going to look at some volumetric lighting, some special effects, some post effects you can add to your game to give it a better look and feel. Now before this we've been playing with the game and it's been all daylight. Now what I'm going to do is show you how we can get some nice post effects and volumetric lighting, and we're going to be using this product called Aura. I'm going to talk a little bit about that for now, but first thing I want to talk about though is the skybox. If you've got a camera and you click on here, you can change. I've changed it so it's a really, I don't want it quite that dark. I'm going to change it so it's there. You can actually, the skybox is the actual, what the sky looks like, and it's the part of how it looks. We can have a default skybox. You can have a solid color. You can actually change the entire color of the sky to one color, or we can have it, and can you see there, that's the default, but I just changed it to a gray, and I'm just going to click that little light there. It shows you some of the scene lighting. Another thing you can look at is in Windows, we can also look at, where is it? I can't remember. Yeah, rendering light settings. One thing you want to put here is add to your skybox material. You can actually pick different, this is where you can pick different skyboxes. Now you could actually go on the asset store and download different skyboxes, and you can actually apply them to your sky and have different funky looking skies, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that would work, and that's fine. There are a load of sort of like skyboxes out there you can have. That's the so we're using the default skybox here, but there are loads of other skyboxes you can actually use. But if you wanted to change it, you can actually just click it there, and you can change this one here to actually talks about the light source, which I'm going to come back to in a minute. That's going to be the directional lighting. You can change some various bits and pieces in here about your light source. I'm just trying to think. You can have fog effects on here. You can actually change it. What's that do? Oh, can you see what's happening there? Just ticking the fog here. Can you see what happens? So these are built into Unity, and that fog effect is quite cool really. It gives a bit of a different look and feel. I'm adding a fog effect now. These are just changing it so we have a fog effect going on, which is what you'd want really. Now these are the basic ones. Now to get something a bit special, we're going to add this other product which is called Aura. Now what I did is I went to Asset Store and I searched for Aura. Now you're going to find lots of things about it. See, there is, it's greyed out here, but this is the one I've used. It's the free one. This one here, that one there, the Aura 2, which is the new one. By the way, this new one is a lot of professional AAA games now use it. If I go to the YouTube and show you what I mean. So this is Aura 2, which is the one that follows on from it. Play for a minute. There's a lot of games coming out with it at the moment. that's the Aura 2, but the Aura 1 is the one I've used. Now, I'm hoping that you can still get a hold of it and it's still available for you. I've got the version of Unity I've got now is the 2018.428, which is the LTS one, but it will work with the version that you're using, which is the 2018 2.11F version, so it won't make any difference. So have a search for it and install it. By the way, it's very large. It says it's 153 meg, but by the time you've downloaded it, installed it, it can make your project quite large. I think if I just show you here my game assets, I'm just going to explore. I just want to show you how big it actually is. $269 meg, that says. So it adds quite a substantial amount to your game. I thought it was in the gigabyte, sorry. But when you're actually playing it and when you're actually using it, it's one of the things that it will change about your gameplay. First of all, when you're creating Unity, you can create it on a fairly low spec machine, but as soon as you add these volumetric effects and these lighting effects and have fog and stuff like that, then it starts where we need your dedicated graphics card, where you need a higher end machine. I've got a GTX 1070 graphics card in my machine, so it's not new. It's getting on for 4 years old now, but it's more than adequate for just about every game. Even the new Cyberpunk game I'm quite happy to play on high settings, and even ultra in certain circumstances, so it copes with it. But I suspect that you will need a decent-ish spec, like I've got 16 gig of RAM, brand new i7-ish processor, i5-ish, so I think you just need to bear that in mind as soon as you're doing it. So I've got volumetrics installed in this Aura on mine. I'm going to show you what it actually changes the game to. So this is what it looks like with just the basic settings. I'm going to put fog effects on. You see, it does lag out a little bit when I press that button. There we go. And I've changed the skybox now, made it grey, the colour of the background. I'm just going to press play and just show you what it looks like. This is not applying Aura. I've not applied it. It's installed, but it's not running at the moment. It looks reasonable, looks a bit better. Just a few changes. Now I'm going to show you how Aura sort of affects it. Now, first of all, I've downloaded it, and on here, when I right click, I get this new menu called Aura. So first thing I've done is I've added what's known as global volume. So I added global volume. I'm going to tick that. I've added that. I'm just going to tick it to enable it. You just tick that box. Oh. And I'm going to add directional Aura directional lighting. I've removed the ordinary directional lighting. I've added this, and I've added that one. Oh, it's lagging out a little bit. It's lagging my machine out. Is there an order? I've got it also on my camera. Let's add it on my I've added it to my camera. So maybe there's an order of doing this. There we go. Go back into game, and there you are. Straight away. Can you see the difference? I'll just press play now. So I've enabled it. You get a lot more funky effects happening. Can you see the directional lighting? We get the lights coming through the trees in this sort of funky. That is the Aura directional lighting, which is set here. This one here. If I untick that, it goes. Tick it back on, it comes back. You get these wonderful effects of the light coming through the tree, the sort of sun setting and coming through the trees effect. It changes the atmosphere. and it's looking a lot better. That's just one little, that's directional. Global volume I've not enabled yet, it's not ticked yet, but I'll show you what that does in a minute. And on the camera I've also attached the Aura script to the camera so that it changes the look and feel. That one is enabled. By the way, you can go through here, you can change all sorts of bits, you can change the colours. Changing through, this is through the camera. I can make it look green, I can make it look blue. I like blue actually. A little bit touch of blue. I've blue shifted the lighting a bit. Give it that sort of deeper colour. Now I'm going to unplay that, go back to the scene just to show you the difference. There's the standard. Untick that as well so you can show you the lighting. You've got no effects happening here. And now I'm going to show you the global. When I put the global on, tick that box, and I'm going to press play now, show you what happens with that on, and you get this like almost like a rain and fog effect going on. Now we can change this and move this blue, change this to a, so I've already got a green, I'm going to change the colour of it. You can change the strength of it. I made it 0.1 here, let's just change it to 0.1. That's quite strong. And change it. You can, what you need to do is just fiddle about with. I think I've used it quite low before. Density. There we are, let's change that to 0.1. Press unplay, press play. But as you can see, look, we're getting all these. I'm not really convinced about this. It's looking a bit like a rain or a fog effect going on. But to be honest, I'm not convinced that that is a better setup there. I like that quite a bit. So I mean, what this video is, I just want to just introduce you to some of the special effects you can get to get it a bit gloomy, a bit darker, a bit more special looking. And I do like that, where you can actually start to sort of see what I can do here. This is the directional lighting that I've added. Aura directional lighting. It's not the standard directional lighting, I've replaced it. It's making it look quite nice. There's other things you can add as well. Let me just save this and I'll show you a game that I've been working on where I've played about with it in a different way. Just one more. So here's another game I've been working. It's quite similar to the one I've just done. I've just played about with the settings. It's like an earlier predecessor of the game that I've been running in this mini series. But if I press play here, one of the things you can spot on the Aura is when it starts. Can you see? I've got like it. I've made it so it's like a green fog down here, and so I've added the spot. Can you see how the spotlight works as well? You can actually see it beaming out of it, and you can see the zombies. It's a bit glitchy, this game. It's quite an old one of mine. I made it a couple of years ago. But one of the things is you can do a lot with this. This doesn't have directional lighting in this, but I've made it so that it's like a green mist or a green fog that's sort of like waist level, and it's using Aura the same. On that, to get that working, I use what's known Aura planar volume. It's a different type of setup, but you can have a play with it. So there's a lot to do with this volumetric lighting setup that's created by Aura. It's a good bit of kit. I think what I might do is I'll export it and make sure that you've got a working version for 2018, because this is 2018 2.1. So I'm going to actually export this and make this available, because it is free, so I'm not doing anything that's not right. It is a free sort of asset on the asset store. It just might not be easily available for you, and this one is tuned for the 2018 2.11 F1, so I might just give you this version that works for here. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this insight into volumetric lighting and sort of post-processing, set up some of the stuff to make your game, make it look a little bit better, playing with the skybox. Just be careful when using this Aura product. It uses the graphics card a lot more, uses the processor more. It'll make your machine grind to a halt a lot more. So if you've got a low spec machine without a really good dedicated graphics card, do not use this. You will have problems. So that's my word of warning. And make sure you've got a backup of your game before you start as well, I suggest as well. Just warning you now. Anyway, thank you for listening. This is Teacher Wayne. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe my videos.